everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel Octane TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day.
Today we're going to be doing this 2008 Honda Pilot. Customer wants to update some of the components and audio and technology in this, so we're going to be putting a double DIN touchscreen unit in here with Bluetooth. We're also going to be doing a backup camera with new 4 speakers for the doors. Customer decided not to buy a new vehicle and just upgrade the vehicle that they already have with some of the newer 2021 technology and a lot better audio. These are all the parts that we're going to be using today. A 701721. This is the wiring harness for the vehicle. And these are the speaker adapters that we're going to be using. This is like an off-brand. I will put the Metro link and the off-brand link in the bottom in the description. These are for your speakers. And this is the Access Metro piece, which is like an ASWC1. I'll put the link in that as well. This is for your steering wheel interface. This is your dash kit from Metro, which is a 957861. This is the actual kit that will hold the radio in. And then here's your antenna adapter. I will give you the Metro part number and this one, which is the aftermarket version, which is not Metro, but I will put both of these down there in the description. This is the antenna adapter as well. These are all the parts that we're going to be using to do the install today, minus the rear view camera and the radio. The radio we're going to be running, which is the XAV AX1000. That's the radio we're going to be using in here. And then this is the rear view camera we're going to be using, which is an I-beam, which made by Metro, which is a TEBP-CIR. It's the license plate backup camera that bolts in. These are the 2 pieces we're going to be using besides all the installation hardware. Okay, we're going to start with these 2 screws here. We're going to take our screwdriver and release those. And then next step is we're going to remove this plastic panel right here with our panel tool. Remove. All right, we have this unclipped after we've taken out our 2 screws here at the top. So we're going to set that piece over here to the side. Now we're going to take our plastic pry tool right here and we're going to pull this out. Probably maybe even get it without even have to use the plastic pry tool. So just basically we're going to pop this piece out right here. We're going to move the gear shifter so that we can get this piece out. Now, I did not have to use my plastic pry tool, but if you do need to use one, you can use this one. It's seeming to come out, besides me throwing it everywhere, it's seeming to come out pretty easily. But this bottom one right here, oh, there it goes. Okay, and then we got this whole piece right here, and there's that out. I'll set that over here. Now, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to release this piece right here. So we're going to take our plastic pry tool again, and we're going to pop this bad boy out that goes all the way around right here. And we did pull this out. Boy, it is a pain in the butt. I think we lost one of the clips right here. It is really hard to pull out, so be careful when you're pulling this out. You can definitely see where the clips are at right here and here, and you got to really kind of use some force to get this off, so be careful when you pull that off. Here's the back side where the 2 plugs are. You'll need to unplug and just be careful. It looks like we lost 2 of these clips, so be extremely careful when you take this off. And here's the 2 plugs that we had to unplug right here. Next step is we're going to take out all these 10 millimeters. There's 4 of them to get the radio out itself. And these are not 8 millimeters like I said previous. These are 10 millimeters, I apologize. These are 8 millimeters, or you can use a screwdriver. I prefer to use the 8 millimeter because these screws like to strip out really bad and then they're really hard to get out. So I would use an 8 millimeter nut driver, or like in our case, we just use a nut driver on the end of our drill. we have all 4 of them out. Now we're ready to take the radio out. These are what we have to pull out for the radio. You've got these 2 big harnesses here. You've got this larger gray harness here, and then you have your antenna. So those are the 4 harnesses you'll need to unplug from the back of the radio. And the back of the radio actually looks like this. Nothing extravagant, just 4 plugs. And that's pretty much it to removing the radio. Everything will wire up just like normal. Your yellow to yellow, red to red, black to black, white to white, white with white stripe. Everything will wire up just like normal. There's nothing special about this harness, just wires up just like normal. On the ASWC, the only 3 wires you're going to need is the red, the black, and the white with green stripe. The rest of these wires we will not be using, so you'll just put those to the side, and that's for the steering wheel interface here. This is how we wired up the ASWC. Third one over from the top button here is this green with red. That's what you're going to connect with your white with green. Over here in the bottom corner, down here where this brown wire is, that is going to be grounded. So we actually ran a ground from the ground wiring harness on here and our black wire on here. So we connected our ground, our black wire on here, and grounded it here because it needs to be grounded and it needs to be ran to here. This white with green goes here, and then your red goes over here, and I have it ran into here. And the reason why I use T-taps onto this, just in case you need to unplug this, you can separate it from this harness. And the reason why I don't have anything connected to this yet is because I'm still hooking up the rear view camera. And then this part right here of the ASWC is going to plug into the back of the actual radio, the back of the Sony right here. Okay, on the back of this Pilot right here, that's the reverse lead on the back of the tailgate, the reverse light, and then here's the back harness coming off. You have a green and a black. The green is going to be our trigger or positive, black is going to be our ground. So we're going to ground our camera here, and we're going to use this as our positive and our trigger on this lead here, on the green lead. The black lead is your ground. So that's what we're going to wire into here. We're going to run our wire through and put it right on where the plate mounts, right there. All right, so we have a grommet in there. We ran the wire down, attached it to the back of the license plate, ran the wire out, zip tied all this in here. Like I said, I showed you where these wire connections were here, ran it all down through the grommet, all through here, up through the headliner, all the way up to the front of the head unit. And then up here, we have it connected to the back with our yellow wire here. And then we ran our own blue wire here for the trigger, just to make sure. This will also do that as well, but just want to make sure because I don't want to have anything fail, and we always have a fail safe if we're going to run all the wire up here. So we're going to clean all this up, put it all in. Here's the radio all finished in and installed. Steering wheel controls work. So that's awesome. And then I think you can push this and it changes your presets. That's pretty awesome. So, and then mode, I think we'll change the mode. Oh yeah, there you go. That's awesome. And then you can change the volume. There you go. So all 3 of these work correctly. Mode, volume up, and then track select. So everything on here works correctly like it should. Looks really nice once it's installed. So install the rear view camera. So we're gonna go put ahead and put it in reverse. Ooh, and there's our camera. Everything looks really, really good. Man, they're going to be super happy with this when this is all said and done. Especially from that basic radio that they had originally compared to this.